Alright guys, I'm back with another chapter in Joshua. We're in Joshua chapter 13 where the header reads, "The tribes received their land, the land yet to be conquered." But before I get started, there's a little bit of a prelude that lets us know what the expectations for the next 12 chapters are going to be, and I'm going to go ahead and read that because it says dividing the promised land, and it mentions chapter 13 all the way to the end of chapter 24. So I'm going to go ahead and read that prelude, and then I'm going to get right into chapter 13. After 7 years of battle, Israel gained control of the land, which was then divided and allotted to the tribes. Joshua dismisses the army, for it was now each tribe's responsibility to clear out the remaining enemies from their own areas. Joshua continues to encourage the people to remain faithful to God so they can remain in the land. The promised land was Israel's earthly inheritance, but Israel also had a spiritual inheritance in which we can share when we live a life of faithfulness to God. And I'm going to go ahead and jump right into chapter 13 now, guys. When Joshua was an old man, the Lord said to him, "You are growing old, and much land remains to be conquered. This is the territory that remains, all the regions of the Philistines and the Geshurites, and the larger territory of the Canaanites, extending from the stream of Shihor on the border of Egypt, northward to the boundary of Ekron. It includes the territory of the 5 Philistine rulers of Gaza, Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gath, and Ekron. The land of the Avites, in the south also remains to be conquered. In the north, the following area has not yet been conquered: all the land of the Canaanites, including Mira, which belongs to the Sidonians, stretching northward to Aphek on the border of the Amorites, the land of the Gebalites, and all the Lebanon mountain areas to the east, from Balgad below Mount Hermon to Lebo Hamath, and all the hill country from Lebanon to Misrephoth Maim, including all the land of the Sidonians. I myself will drive these people out of the land ahead of the Israelites. So be sure to give this land to Israel as a special possession, just as I have commanded you. Include all this territory as Israel's possession when you divide this land among the 9 tribes and the half-tribe of Manasseh." Half the tribe of Manasseh and the tribes of Reuben and Gad had already received their grants of land on the east side of the Jordan, for Moses, the servant of the Lord, had previously assigned this land to them. Their territory extended from Aroer on the edge of the Arnon Gorge, including the town in the middle of the gorge, to the plain beyond Medeba, as far as Dibon. It also includes all the towns of King Sihon of the Amorites, who had reigned in Heshbon, and extended as far as the borders of Ammon. It included Gilead, the territory of the kingdoms of Geshur and Makkah, all of Mount Hermon, all of Bashan as far as Salika, and all the territory of King Og of Bashan, who had reigned in Ashtaroth and Edrei. King Og was the last of the there's so many tough words in here, guys. Was the last of the Rephates, for Moses had attacked them and driven them out. But the Israelites failed to drive out the people of Geshur and Makkah, so they continue to live among the Israelites to this day. Moses did not assign any allotment of land to the tribe of Levi. Instead, as the Lord had promised them, their allotment came from the offerings burned on the altar to the Lord, the God of Israel. Moses had assigned the following area to the clans of the tribe of Reuben. Their territory extended from Aroer on the edge of the Arnon Gorge, including the town in the middle of the gorge, to the plain beyond Medeba. It included Heshbon and the other towns on the plain: Dibon, Bamoth Baal, Beth Baal Meon, Jahaz, Kedemoth, Mepheth, Kiriathaim, Sibmah, Zareth Shahar on the hill above the valley, Beth Peor, the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshimoth. The land of Reuben also included all the towns of the plain and the entire kingdom of Sihon. Sihon was the Amorite king who had reigned in Heshbon and was killed by Moses along with the leaders of Midian: Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, princes, not princess. living in the region who were allied with Sihon. The Israelites had also killed Balaam, son of Beor, who used magic to tell the future. The Jordan River marked the western boundary for the tribe of Reuben. The towns and their surrounding villages in this area were given as a homeland to the clans of the tribe of Reuben. Moses had assigned the following area to the clans of the tribe of Gad. Their territory included Jazer, all the towns of Gilead, and half of the land of Ammon, as far as the town of Aroer just west of Rabbah. It extended from Heshbon to Ramath, Mizpah, and Betanim, and from Mahanaim to the territory of Lo Debar, in the valley where Beth Haram, Beth Nimrah, Succoth, Zaphon, and the rest of the kingdom of King Shahan of Heshbon. The western boundary ran along the Jordan River, extended as far north as the tip of the Sea of Galilee, and then turned eastward. The towns and their surrounding villages in this area were given as a homeland to the clans of the tribe of Gad. Whew. I'm not done yet, guys, but the names are very, very difficult for me to continue to vet. But we got one more area where they're given up, and this is for the land given to the half tribe of Manasseh. So I'm getting through it, guys, stumbling as I may. Moses had assigned the following area to the clans of the half tribe of Manasseh. Their territory extended from Mahanaim, including all of Bashan, all the former kingdom of King Og, and the 60 towns of Jair and Bashan. It also included half of Gilead and King Og's royal cities of Ashtaroth and Edrei. All this was given to the clans of the descendants of Machir, who was Manasseh's son. These are the allotments Moses had made while he was on the plains of Moab across the Jordan River, east of Jericho. But Moses gave no allotment of land to the tribe of Levi, for the Lord, the God of Israel, had promised that he himself would be their allotment. And that's the end of chapter 13, guys. So, excuse me. I love the fact that the tribe of Levi gets God. And I don't know exactly what they mean by that, because I would assume that that's something that's shared by the entire people. Any child of God that simply invites him into his heart he's their possession now. But there's something different that they mean by that when it comes to the tribe of Levi. And I really like the fact that they said that not only is God their special possession, but they share in the altars that are glory given to God, that they are to share in those blessings. And I just think that's super powerful. I couldn't imagine. Now, I'm curious to see how the flesh of these men, and women for that matter, dealt with that when it comes to not receiving earthly possessions, but simply receiving more of the kingdom before they get to the kingdom. That's how I interpret it, and that might be wrong, but that's why I do these Bible studies and regularly practice discernment and seeking that information, because I don't know. That's a tough question for me. I would like to think that, man, telling God that, no, your gift is me. You're doing my work. And I just think that having that relationship on earth before you even get to heaven is something so special. And I think that really is what everyone's looking for. But for that to have been the gift that was given, say, no, I'm your special possession. I would like to be able to sit down and talk to those not written in this book, but those that were a part of the tribe of Levi, like what that meant to them. Because I think in my mind that would mean the world, but I also know, I'm aware of that desire for land, for more for my family, more tangible, like that I can just feel. But sometimes I think that's the problem. I want to feel and touch with my hands, and I want to that fleshly experience. And you can say that about good things and bad things, if again getting into Ecclesiastes or the knowledge of Solomon and David, say everything's allotted under the sun. It all has its time, I guess I should say that. And so I think that my feeling towards it is wrong. And not that it's misunderstood, but like just understanding that desire for more, that desire to be able to look and feel and taste and touch. And God lets us know that says, blessed are those that believe and don't see. And so I guess that's just something I got to work on with my own faith. And so I'll leave that there. Continue to move forward. On that note, have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll be back for chapter 14 of Joshua, where the header reads, the land divided west of the Jordan. And so that'll be the land that they just recently conquered. Have a good night and God bless, guys. I will see you for chapter 14 of Joshua tomorrow. And it's going to be a short one, actually. Have a good night and God bless.